Hello to all three of you watching this. Welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm pretty sure everybody knows Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's one of the best games ever made, if you ask me, in my opinion. I am a huge Ace Attorney fan. I love the fandom, I love the games. I watch every single meme video I can find. I read the fanfiction, I write the fanfiction. I just love Ace Attorney, and I probably won't get a huge amount of views on this, but I really just wanted to play because I just love playing Ace Attorney. And nobody I know plays Ace Attorney, so what better way to connect with fans than to just play it and hope one day somebody I know will also play Ace Attorney, and then I can finally talk about it. So anyway, let's just hop right into it. We're gonna start a new game. I have already played it, obviously. But, I'm gonna start a new game. We'll start from the first one. Let's play Ace Attorney. As you can see, I have all the episodes, but we'll just start from the first one. So, play the first turnabout. Yes! Do I have to do the voices? Yeah, Frank saw it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Woo! I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. I, for one, find the law inaccuracies in Phoenix Wright to be hilarious. Because what 24-year-old fresh out of law school is going to take on a murder trial? It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew that? See, that's so funny because that's illegal. Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney, so he always has someone to bail him out of jail. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Ah! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, Larry does that. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Ooh, the intro, yay! Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. What about Edgeworth? What about Edgeworth? Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butt.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Yeah, that's what you want to say in court. That'll really make your defendant feel really confident in you. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp, hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That is Larry? The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine, because that's what judges do. They pat the little lawyers on the head and they're like, there you go, little Jimmy. You get that guilty verdict. I forgot how tedious the first one is. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. It's Cindy.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this?
You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. That's the thing. Woo 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 woo. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright. Who is the victim in this case? It's Cindy Stone. Moron. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions, all 2 of them. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
This murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. That's not a statue, babes. Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. I've played Danganronpa. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Phoenix, this is what you go over in law school. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Woo, Larry!
Ahem. Mr. Butt, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. Why is he twitching? What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several
I forgot about that part. I'm not gonna say that.
Yes, older.
Calm down. It's not that funny.
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I don't actually remember. Like, I know who did it, but I don't know how to get there. I used the walkthroughs. Not in the trials, but I'll use the walkthroughs to find the evidence because I don't want to, like, sit there for, like, 3 hours trying to find things. Let's save, just in case. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof, wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Gulp?
Well, did you or did you not?
Huh? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly, because obviously they're gonna know he was there. He's in the courtroom. They know he was there. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Imagine your lawyer just pointing at you. Like, tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
About what, being there? Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? Can you just call witnesses, like, when the witness is already on the stand? What if I hadn't finished my cross-examination? I didn't even do a cross-examination on Larry. I don't know how law works.
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Yeah, Frank Sawit.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving. dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. I already know the autopsy report says 4 to 5. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? Can't defend you against a testimony like that. There are so many holes in the testimony, Phoenix. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? No, this is the 90s, babes.
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record added to the court record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Phoenix, did you go to law school? No, he was an art student. All right, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right?
Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really
guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tabs and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Yeah, cross-examination. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man playing it. I know which one. Just save, just in case. Just in case. Here, as you can see, it says time of death, 7:31, 4 to 5. Cause of death, the loss of blood due to blunt trauma, so... You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? I love how sassy he gets when he presents evidence. He, like, has no time. He's got so much attitude. I love him. Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? So if they find a witness lying in court, do they just yeah, give your testimony again? You won't lie to us again. Is that just like a thing? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. There was a blackout, babes. No television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. How? I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Judge, there was a blackout. Oh my. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Oh, I don't know which one to... See, it could be this one, or it could be the one that says it was the taped program. I'm just gonna save. That's the thing about Ace Attorney. You save every single time before you do something. Save scum, babes. Okay, it was that one. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. You can't. Well, the defense has a point. The defense has a logic, Judge. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Ah! But wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. How come the judge is never this serious ever again? Like in Ace Attorney 2, he just gets bullied constantly. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. Because we jumped from hearing it on the television to seeing it on the clock. That makes sense. That's logical. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Okay. I think we present the murder weapon? Because this says it's just a statue, so... Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud.
And how would he know that? How would he know that?
As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
Yeah, that's a legal thing. You're trying to hide evidence from me. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock, after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I don't know. Let's save. I don't remember if you're supposed to, because it's like, how would he know it was a clock if he didn't hit the switch? But it's also like, no, I don't have a problem with it, because now we know it's a clock. I don't remember. I think we're going to say yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one. Can you imagine this happening in court? Because, like, the point of court is not to prove who killed somebody, it's to prove whether the person who's being accused of it is guilty or not. Like, Phoenix doesn't have to find who killed the person, he just has to be like, no, Larry didn't do it. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. It is quite based. Will the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? Did you kill that person? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I mean, I saw. Wow. Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Why does he hate Larry? Like, he just smokes weed, bro. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Nope. The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. I'd better save. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. The fact was just clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? May I get my fingerprints all over that bad boy? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's... Never mind. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Who is changing the clock in between when it was the murder weapon and when we got here? He's right. How am I gonna prove that? I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. He's just gonna give up. Bye, Larry. See you in jail. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Urgh. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. See ya, bud. There's nothing I can do about it now. Objection. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. He gave up as soon as it got difficult. I love that. Literally me. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The passport, babes. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. We all know that, right off the top of our heads. It's common knowledge. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for ya, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Me. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected, no it didn't. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Woo. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew. I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. No, he did not. He was gonna give up, Mia. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Bad, 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 bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Phoenix is gonna disrespect women? She broke up with him. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat? Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? I imagine that if Larry did make that, it probably exploded a couple 100 dozen times. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. She shouldn't have kept it. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just wanna cry? Larry, are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? The thunker. Take that, Larry. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? Why do I have the murder weapon? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. Because they don't have clocks in Paris. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Did he not know the importance of evidence before? Because, like, that's, like, the whole thing. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why he became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. The other half is Edgeworth. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's so good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock is soon going to be at the center of another incident. Who's texting me when it is Ace Attorney playing time? And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Yay! Well, that was episode 1 of the very first Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. If you liked it, please leave a like on the video, helps a lot. Maybe even subscribe if you want to see more. I will definitely be playing more because I just love Ace Attorney. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Deuces!